Come on. It's fast breaks. Listen. We back with another one.
Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Trey, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. We on the break. It's fast break. We on the break. It's fast break. Let's go. Yeah. There it is. Wake it up. I'm back. The hostess with the mostest in my proper throne. Ready to deliver you this audio content. Your shepherd, your captain on this audio adventure as we traverse these podcast seas. And we come through to seize all the power. We stand in the tower every hour looking at you with the faces that are sour. Hello, Fast Breaks family. I apologize for my absence, lives, you know what I'm saying? But I'm here and I'm back. You know me, my name is Rhoda, hostess with the mostest, and you know this. Above me is Alan the man. To his left is Coach Paul, PRR Sports. And below him and to my left is King Dre. We go by an ensemble that is well known and widely regarded by the moniker as Fast Breaks. Can I get an outlet, please? Outlet! We back, fellas. Jumping right into it. There has been a trophy run.
All right, come on.
No, wait, I like that.
It's Christmas season, man.
Give us some edge. That's when that happens the most.
Oh my God.
Be safe out there, y'all. Be safe out there, because fellas are hungry.
These YNs, man.
And children need to be fed and given gifts. So please be safe out there.
The YNs.
Fellas,
The YNs, man, they're going crazy, man.
Fellas, a trophy has been given out. A trophy has been given out for the 2024-2025 NBA season.
Who did it go to? Tell me, Pharaoh.
I have to have some humility. I had to have some humility and give credit.
Went to Darvin Ham.
I'm not biased. Well, no, I'm not going to give him any credit at all. But there's only one player in the league that I'm super biased on, and I'll, wear that bias, and that is Rudy Gobert because he sucks. Everyone else, I have to be fair and objective. Giannis.
No. You're also biased about another player.
Who's that?
Anthony Davis, but on the opposite side.
I'm not biased.
That man can do no wrong in your eyes. No wrong.
That's very not true.
That man can shoot 0 for 10, and you'd be like, but look at everything else he contributes to the game.
That's just my ethos about players in general, though. I don't be looking at only the points in the box score, brother.
I said the same thing about Jason Tatum, man. I can't.
I do exactly. I said the same thing about Jason Tatum, bro. I don't just
right.
look at the points in the box score, bro. What did that man do on the court? He did a lot. He did what no one else wanted to do. There's that part too. Someone had to do what he did, and so you want him to do all that and score 30 every night? Listen, brother.
Someone had to do it.
Anyway, Giannis and the Bucks. It wasn't a fluke win of the cup. I will say I believe they went 9-1 ever since NBA Centel tweeted that Doc Rivers told the Bucks he would start taking coaching seriously now. Shout out to NBA Centel.
Santel's, man, they be getting people lately, man.
Heavy,
People for a minute.
heavy. But that's something. That says something about the league, and we'll come back to that in a future pod. The fact that the Centel headlines are so believable.
Yes. Sometimes it's like
It says something about the league.
that's a fact. LeBron say.
So I'll say my piece and clear out just to be objective and to be fair as a media person. It appears that Giannis's leadership has gotten through. It also appears that Doc. See, you got me thinking about freaking
Darvin Ham.
That Doc Rivers has finally figured out a rotation to play where people are not running around there doing nothing. So what do you think this NBA Cup says about the Bucks' run and of improvement? And what do you think it means moving forward? I'll answer the question first and clear out. It means absolutely nothing, and I'm extremely well qualified to say that.
They beat the Thunder. Remember that.
They did beat the Thunder.
Okay. All right.
Thunder.
Okay.
What say you?
And then they lost the Cavaliers the very next night.
That's
Without Dame.
That's not chumps. And that's
Without
not
Dame.
chumps either.
And they didn't have
No,
Dame.
no, it's not the very next night. I'm sorry. It's a couple nights later.
Listen, I'll say this. I think that the Bucks were so bad that there was levels that they have. I think there are levels that they have to reach before they actually reach their full potential. Right? Like you have to be like they were bad, so you have to be decent. Then you have to beat good teams. Then you're like a playoff threat. Then you're a contender again. They were supposed to be a contender from last year, right? Clearly that wasn't the case. So I think they're going in the right direction, right? Like my personal feelings aside, thoughts about like the team roster and all of that, they're going in the right direction. They were beating bad teams, right? Which they weren't beating bad teams. Like some people were like, "Oh, that's not a big deal." If you're losing to everybody, and then you finally get some wins on your belt in a row, that's a big deal, right? Then they now beat a good team. The cup is the cup. Of course, you want to win the cup, but it's like you want to win the game anyway. You know what I mean? So you beat the Thunder. That's a big deal, right? You beat a good team. Now,
No Chet though. We have to say that.
no Chet, but SGA was still SGA.
Yeah, but they lose a lot on defense when Chet's not there, particularly rim protection, which is
He wasn't guarding Giannis though.
Yeah, but he would have.
But he wouldn't have done well.
I don't know about that.
I would say it's more. The Thunder are a little easier to guard without Chet, more so than the defensive presence.
In a way, but it's still a very SGA heavy team though.
Of course. I mean, we talked about his usage percentage. We had a very extended conversation about that.
Yes, we did.
And the load that he has to carry.
Yeah, but I think they're going in the right direction. And it's December. It's still early. It may not feel like that, but it is still early. So we'll see how this continues. We'll see if they could continue to beat good teams and become a threat, a top seed in the East, and then see if they can reach their potential as, actual contenders.
But here's the thing, and this is where the rubber has to meet the road with all these conversations, right? Even if they become a contender in the East, who cares? Honestly. Hear me out.
You're trying to violate.
No.
Talk about it. No, talk about it.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Here's exactly what I mean. They don't have what it takes to beat the Knicks, and they don't have what it takes to beat the Celtics.
Correct.
So it doesn't. The best they can do is get to third. That's literally the best they can do. Unless they're a dark horse and they take out the Knicks, or they're a dark horse and they take out the Celtics. But I didn't see anything from them last night, during the Cup, that would show me in any kind of way they're prepared to become the Eastern Conference champions. I saw nothing. Giannis does what he does. Dame does what he does, and it worked against a team that was working without their second best player.
They
Right?
are
And you
only
see
one
the
game out of
chemistry.
the play-in.
Say it again.
They are only one game out of the play-in.
Right.
For all the winning they've done, they've only risen to 5th.
Right.
Because
so
they were bad though.
They were bad.
Right.
Listen,
They have a long
chemistry
hill to
also
climb
comes.
still,
It's a
which
big
is
deal.
Andre's point.
Right. Chris Middleton is back. Chemistry is a big deal. They're gonna be better, but I'm not saying that it's a race of, is this a good team or a bad? They're gonna be a good team. It's fine. But do they have what it takes to beat the 2 top teams in the East? The question is no. The answer is no. I'm sorry, they don't. Unless something catastrophic happens to one of those 2 teams.
How can you say that so confidently though?
That's crazy.
How can you say that so confident? Because
Trey,
the thing is, they're getting better. That's the key.
We've seen teams catch a stride at the right time and make it to the finals, i.e. the Dallas Mavericks. We watched it happen post All-Star break. They made their trade. They got in rhythm. They were playing their best ball at the end of the season, and they went on a run. So they have a long hill to climb, but you also can look at it as they have a pretty long runway still to get into a rhythm that makes them a contender.
Right.
So if you want to talk to talent and maybe why you think they won't get there, then I would hear you out.
Well, sure. So from the talent perspective, they only have 3 reliable players.
Correct.
That's the rotation is
four.
Are you counting Bobby? Because that's fine.
Of course.
Yeah.
I got to count Terry Giannis.
Yeah. So they have 4 reliable players. They haven't made any additions. They haven't made any moves. And the difference with the Mavericks last year, the runway was open because the Warriors were falling apart. The Nuggets were falling apart. A lot of teams in the West were falling apart. So we credit a lot of what the Mavericks were doing and how they were able to get that crazy run. But we don't talk about the catastrophic fall off that a lot of good teams in the West.
But they didn't play any of those teams. So I think that's not.
It doesn't matter.
You have to talk about the teams that they were in front of them.
You still have the opportunity that you're seeing teams that are like the Nuggets last year were just not equipped to make a finals run. Plain as day. The Suns were not equipped to make a deep run. The Clippers were not equipped to make a deep run. The Warriors were not equipped. So even if they're in front of them or not, they really only had one actual team of competition last season, which were the Timberwolves in the West. That's it. So we have to take into account the consideration, the context of what's happening. And that's what I'm saying. Unless something catastrophic, right? That's why I put that caveat there.
They beat the Thunder.
But the Thunder were young. That's different. They were still young.
All right, we're making a lot of caveats to their winning. I'll give you that.
But you have to do the caveats when you're looking.
I'll give you the Clippers. I think the Clippers were an easy first round matchup, and that was their gift for winning so much late in the season.
Oh, you talking about the Mavericks?
Yeah.
Last year. Them going on a winning streak to end the season, their gift was getting the 5th seed and playing the Clippers, who I think are what you're saying, like fell off, not ready. But then they had to play the 2 best teams in the conference to get to the finals. They had to play the Thunder and then the Timberwolves. So that's right. That's not. They didn't have to deal with any of that falling off. That happened.
Thunder, no. But they still benefited from it because let me tell you something. If they had to go up against the Nuggets, they wouldn't have won.
I highly disagree.
Okay, you can disagree. I don't think they would have won.
And you were saying the Nuggets weren't ready to win a championship. So
they weren't ready to win a championship, and it got exposed because of the Timberwolves. But if they went up against a team that didn't have a real center, like the Mavericks.
The Mavericks had 2 real centers. What do you mean?
Not to the same level as Rudy Gobert.
Didn't they take the Wolves to 7 games?
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
They don't have anybody.
No. The Nuggets, you mean, right? Yeah, the Nuggets took the Wolves to 7 games, bro.
They don't have anybody for Jokic on the Mavericks. They have 2. I call them real center. Derek Lively and Daniel Gafford are real centers, but
if Jamal Murray played the way he played against the Mavericks are also winning in 7, bro.
I don't know because they made the toughest matchup that Joker has faced since 2020 was the Timberwolves.
Yeah,
that's correct
because of the matchup.
But I'm saying Jokic went off against the Timberwolves and it didn't result in a series win because he had no help. Remember that was the whole thing
against the Timberwolves because he had to
go. Now to be fair, I did point out I feel like in Game 5 and 6 he did not get it done. If you want to say that was because of the matchup, sure. And if you say maybe he does get it, if you say he does get it done versus the Mavericks.
I don't know that
he's gonna get tired again because he would have had to carry again.
He would have treated Derek Lively like how he treats Anthony Davis.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but would he not have gotten tired again and cashed out? So you're saying he doesn't get tired against the Mavericks?
Nah, that's tired.
I don't blame on him getting tired. I just think he just didn't have his best game. But,
I agree. I think he just wasn't ready to carry a team.
Because
he already did it.
I would agree.
He didn't carry. If it wasn't. Jamal Murray used to be
actually that's true.
The player that got the max contract he got, and that player has disappeared because Dennis Schroeder is no longer in front of him. D'Angelo Russell is no longer in front of him.
Wait a second. So that means nobody ever carried ever in the NBA to win a chip.
That's not true.
I would argue that. I don't think Kobe carried. Go look at Pau Gasol's playoff stats.
Pau Gasol did great, but it was. I guess
I don't like look at his playoff stats. He didn't carry.
Andrew Bynum was nice too, man.
I agree. Don't Kobe didn't carry.
Yeah, you're right.
There is no carry. Like, the only thing time we've ever seen a person carry and almost win a championship was 2014.
2014.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, 2015. 15.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's a fact. That he almost got Finals MVP.
And he gassed out.
Yeah.
There's probably one other time that I'm not thinking of, but I don't know. Yeah, but I just wanted to analyze that point about people being in front and like why what the Mavericks run did is not available to the Bucks because I didn't like the way we were characterizing the Mavericks run. But anyway,
do you disagree with the take? Because it's not available from how I'm looking at it, it's not available to the Bucks.
No, I do overall agree with you. I just wanted to clarify that. I was like, let's put some respect on what the Mavericks did, but I don't think that the Bucks have that available to them. That's correct. Alan, you were saying?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, if I'm in that Bucks locker room, if I'm a coach, I'm a player, I'm looking at this. I very much agree with everything Paul was saying, but I'm looking at this as like the turning point in our season. You know what I mean? Yep. Like we started off really bad, but we did this thing. We set our eyes out. We set our goals out to accomplish winning this tournament here, and we did that. We played the whole tournament with intentionality. We played to our strengths, especially in the finals games, and we were able to come out with a win over a really good team. And I think that's an invaluable experience for the team who was struggling at first and looking to like catch a stride in the season. So I think I see a pathway like the Mavericks did. Mostly, like I said what you're saying, Andre, like at best they're just going to be like the third best team in the East. But with that being said, like that ain't a bad position to be in that conference because to me, the Celtics and the Knicks do not look like unbeatable. I think they're the two best favorites in the East, but that don't mean they're unbeatable to me. You know what I mean? Like I could definitely see teams taking them out. They're not like these
good teams. Which teams do you see taking them out? Because I don't know that
the Bulls
see the Bucks.
By the way,
I can see the Bucks taking out the Knicks.
The Bulls just beat the Celtics.
Yeah, but they play the regular season right now. We're talking about
they play with their food and they're 21-6. So I mean, come on.
And the Celtics and the Knicks are still
and the Cavs. The Cavs can be both of them too.
I don't know.
Yes, I agree. I agree. But here's my thing: if the playoffs start today, the Bucks are the 5th seed. I don't know if they make it out of the first round against the Magic if Paolo Banchero comes back with enough time.
That's a big fact.
What about Wagner?
I mean, him too, but I'm saying they'll beat them.
When is he coming back though? Because he has a long timetable, right?
It's a good question. Injured against the right now. I'll look it up right now.
Whose timetable are you looking up?
Franz Wagner.
I got it.
While you looking that up, I just want to say, like against the Thunder, the Bucks played like I said before, they played to their strengths. Then like that wasn't Giannis's best game I've ever seen, obviously, but I really like the way they played with intentionality. They played like to like physically, physically like brute against them, and that's the biggest weakness. That's not the first time we've seen them lose to like a stronger team, which is the whole reason why they went out and got Hartenstein. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's still a weakness to them even with Hartenstein. They might need to like bulk up at like other positions.
They got to go get
because Giannis was able to dominate though.
The Thunder are better now than they were last year, and they lost to the Bucks.
Yeah,
think about that. And they were the number 1 seed last year, right?
Yeah.
They don't have a timetable yet, but it's crazy because he also tore his oblique.
Who?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
What are they doing over there?
That injury was kind of wild. I felt like they couldn't do anything about that. Like he couldn't avoid that injury.
But what are they doing in their training that these men's obliques are so weakened? They said he'll be out. They said he'll be out at least a month.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Look, I was watching Hooper Vision, right? That's the League Pass like special broadcast that they got, where they show the games, but they'll have like 2 NBA legends that's talking. So like commentating as the game goes along. So last night, I forgot who was playing. Who was playing? Was it the Thunder? Yes, it was the Thunder, the Heat. And the legends they had was Quentin Richardson and Vince Carter. Nice. They were talking. We should talk about this on the podcast. They were talking about, they were talking about how, and Vince Carter specifically brought it up, where now they have so much technology that it should be easier for guys to be healthier and play longer and not get injured, but it's worse right now. They're getting injured easier. They're out longer. They're playing less games. Whereas back in the day, they had to put in measures to make sure the practices weren't too aggressive to wear out these players. But they were playing longer back in the day. They were missing less games back in the day.
I think they were playing more hurt than teams are willing to have this year. Because I feel like if you're paying a player, you're paying a player the salaries that they're paying them now, you're not putting them out there at 80%. Like I think a lot of guys back in the day would come back and play at like 80%, 85%. And I think a lot of teams these days are not putting their star players back out there until they're at least 90, 95. And that takes longer.
So you don't think it's that their body? This is what Vince Carter said. He thinks that their bodies were more prepared for the rigor of the NBA season because of how they train going into the season.
True.
I think it's both. Though, right? Like I think the mentality based on that back in the day also allowed a player to say, I'm good. And the team didn't really have the technology to dispute that. Like, because think about it. Like back in the day, you would say, yo, I'm hurt. You would get evaluated. And then when you said, I'm good, they probably would do some like on-court run jump test and be like, all right, yeah, he's good. And you would get cleared. Now, I mean, they'll MRI and X-ray you in a heartbeat on everything. Yeah. So a player might be like, yo, I'm good. And then they'll do an MRI on their ankle or on their calf. And the doctor's like, nah, it's still pretty torn. And they're going to keep that player out, right? Like the ramp up process that in this era is so long now, right? Like it used to be like, oh, he's cleared for basketball activity. We're going to get him playing 5-on-5, get him a couple of days of practice and he's good. Now you'll be cleared for activity and they're going to have you shooting versus the coaches for a week, playing 1-on-1 for a week, playing 2-on-2 for a week, playing 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5, no contact. Then you get cleared for contact. Like the process for recovery is so prolonged now because they are more conscious of proper recovery and that they don't want to risk re-injury, right? Because I think that's also a big issue in this era is there's a lot of re-injury.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, all right, when I say back in the day, I'm talking about the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
A lot of those, because in the 80s, they would have short careers. 70s and 80s, like you play 10 years, that's it. You're old, you're done, right? If you play that long. The guys from the 90s and the 2000s, a lot of them, even the role players, are playing into the 2010s. So they had long careers, even though they were alleged, as you say, maybe played hurt. But maybe that's why I'm saying I don't know if they were hurt as much.
Think about all the stars, right? Think about how much of an anomaly LeBron was that he never had a major injury until late his career.
Yeah.
Right.
Like all the other stars usually broke something or tore something non-major in their career and then just played on it. Kobe broke every bone in every hand. Dwayne Wade, knee issues. KG, Paul Pierce, knee issues. Like I can keep with T-Mac, knee issues. Yao Ming, foot. Shaq, foot. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Shaq, foot. I mean, we can keep going. So the idea that guys weren't getting hurt, I think, is not true. I think guys were just being cleared to play quicker.
But what do you think about how long their careers were, though? Like even Shaq had
we're seeing that. We're seeing that now. I mean, almost all the stars from the 2010s are still here.
The 2010s.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the 21st.
All the top stars from the 2010s are still here.
Okay, are you talking about drafted in the 2010s?
No.
Let me think about that.
People who were all stars in the 2010s, and that was their prime. All the players whose prime was in the 2010, a good amount of them are all still here, bro.
I'll give you a good amount. I'm not going to say all, but I'll give you a good amount.
I mean, I'm not talking about the players that were old in the 2010s, obviously. I'm talking about the players in their prime in the 2010s.
But think about
it. I'm thinking like Kawhi.
Kawhi's here. Kawhi's here.
When you say here,
Kawhi. Wait, Kawhi. What do you say here?
When you say
Kawhi's a bad example. He's also an anomaly, right?
Pause. When you're saying here, do you mean still playing in the league, or here like they're still that guy? Or
no, they're still in the league. Because Paul was talking about these guys played longer. I'm like, bro, there are like mad 15-year, 14-year, 17-year vets in the league right now. Like mad of them.
No, he's right. There's a lot. James Harden, Russ. You got the whole early starter on the Thunder.
Paul George was the only guy from his draft.
2010.
From his draft class, yeah.
But he was drafted in 2010. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the
players. 2010s, like
the cream of the crop of the 2010s. They're all still here.
Well, technically speaking, you could say that they come from a different era then.
Not really.
They were drafted in a different era, sure, but they hit. So his point is when they hit their primes, right, was between 2010 to 2020. And those guys are still playing.
Damn near all of them.
Nah, that's
the only ones that are gone are the guys that like injuries really finally stopped them. Derrick Rose,
Kawhi.
I can't really think of any other all-stars, at least. What all-stars from 2010 to 2020 are no longer that retired or no longer playing?
Well, okay.
Outside of the ones that were like obviously in their prime in the 2000s, like the Kobe's and the KGs and the Tim Duncans, like taking those guys out. Isaiah Thomas was a one-time All-Star. DeMarcus Cousins, yeah, but injury like really took him out. You know what I mean? Like
Ben Simmons.
Let me see. I think that we have to wait to see if these guys from this era have the long careers that those guys had, because a lot of this, like,
they're not the ones getting hurt. It's the old guys getting hurt. That's the thing I also think gets missed from this conversation is like not a lot of these young guys is getting hurt like that. Like it's the old dudes. The old dudes are getting hurt, and that's what happens. Paolo Banchero, freak injury, torn oblique. Like, okay, sure. Ja Morant, he had that hand thing 2 years ago. He's a high flyer. He falls, but he's back. Zion again, a special scenario.
Tyrese, like LaMelo. There's actually a couple.
Tyrese is not really. Tyrese
no,
is not really
he's
hurt
right.
Like that.
No, Allen is
Tyrese
right.
is not really hurt like that though. This is the first year he's ever missed significant time. And has he even missed significant time? How many games has Tyrese missed? Oh, Halliburton or Maxey?
Halliburton.
Okay.
See. All right. You talk about guys who are so young that even if they have one major injury, that's still a lot because their careers are. You talk about guys that's not even 5 years,
but none of them have had major injuries.
He named a lot of them just now. Alan just named a lot of them.
He named guys that have been hurt. None of them have had major injuries.
Zion had a major injury.
No, he didn't.
No, he had a couple major injuries.
No, he didn't.
Well,
I mean, a major injury to me requires surgery.
Well, okay.
Didn't Zion have bad surgery?
Absolutely not. No, but Zion's actually the perfect example of my point. Zion was out with injuries that back in the day, they would have let him come back from quicker. Pulled hammy, they would have let you come back from that and play on that. They remember there was a whole thing in the playoffs where he was like, "Yo, I'm good," and they did not let him play.
Yeah, I remember that.
And now they're looking to trade him. That's crazy. But we'll get into that later.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
who else? LaMelo.
But guys aren't like tearing things. Guys aren't tearing things.
Lonzo?
Guys aren't breaking things.
If
Lonzo is a great example. Lonzo, but see how much of an anomaly he is, where he missed a year and change because he had to get major knee stuff. No, there's no young guys doing that. All these young guys are pulling things and spraining things. That's all.
That might be Vince's point, though.
Right.
Yeah, but my point is that I think the difference with that is players would have been allowed to play on that. So him saying, like, him acting like guys weren't pulling and spraying things in the past, I think is disingenuous. I think guys were just playing on pulls and sprains. And teams this era, because they're paying these guys so much money, and we've seen some stars get major injuries. We had to watch Kevin Durant tear his Achilles, right? We watched what happened with Kawhi. I think a lot of new age owners are not playing that with these guys that they're paying this much money. So you strain your calf, I'm sitting you down for 3 months.
Yeah, but see, is that really healthy now? Because now I'm wondering if you sit down for 3 months and then you come back and then you injure yourself again, then maybe there's an argument to be made, like what Vince Carter is saying. Maybe you should have came back earlier, made your body get accustomed to playing more, even playing through some little knickknacks, and then maybe you'll have a longer career with less games sat.
It's possible. I think that's different than what he's saying, though. Like, I would agree with that take, but I think they're more saying, like, coming into the season, the way everything is structured, these guys are getting hurt because they're not ready. I don't think that's true. I think there is a change in the approach on how to deal with injuries, and maybe that is flawed. Actually, I would say it's probably clearly flawed, but I don't think it's because the guys are getting injured more. I don't think that's really the case.
Yeah,
they're just missing more games. It's a difference.
That's a fair point. I think we gotta just wait and see, because a lot of these, I had named a lot of young guys that were out for months, man. Like, that's not.
Yeah, but look at what they're out with. I would agree with the take if they were out for months, because they're getting these injuries that are crazy. If a bunch of guys were tearing ACLs, tearing Achilles, breaking legs, like, then I'd be like, yeah, what's going on? But these guys are missing games with eye injuries, sprained ankles, pulled hammies. You know what I mean? Like, Tyrese Halliburton pulled groin.
I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean? LaMelo has sprained the same ankle mad times. And, I mean, Steph had that story at the beginning of his career too, remember?
Yeah,
Steph couldn't not sprain his ankle every game he played. Like,
yeah.
The Warriors back then
had to get surgery.
The Warriors back then were like awesome, though. There was like one time they had to figure out how they were going to play with 4 guys active, man. That was a wild time in their history.
Shout out to Monte Ellis, though. He was nice.
Shout out to Monte Ellis. Look what
Monte Ellis.
Ellis was nice. And his son is nice now, too.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, man. Everybody's son is nice, man.
Nepotism.
Isn't his son still mad young, though?
Hey, man.
Yo, all right. I don't want to go on a tangent, but yo, I feel like the word nepotism is so overused. Remember when industry was supposed to be family business? Yeah. Remember when like you got raised in a family and you learned the family trade, and that's what you were supposed to do in life?
No, for sure.
Yeah, that was
sure.
You
know what? If we're gonna, I don't know if this is the correct time or medium, but I don't like the fact that now that we have black people doing it, right? Black billionaires and millionaires doing it. Now they want to go, oh, it's nepotism. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I'm tired of this shit. Listen, nah, for real. Hold on. Eric, give me 2 seconds.
Play the Umar music. Play the Umar music. Donations. We have to stay focused, brothers.
All right? For years,
Queens forever.
Some of the biggest law firms. All right?
That was part of the doctrine that I was going to go to. I was going to go to
that. They were doing it for years.
Many other tenets of his philosophy we could have focused on.
Putting their unqualified sons and daughters in positions of power. Now,
no, but that's the difference, right? The difference, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, back in the day, like, your seeds would get actually trained, and no one would be better in the industry. Because I want to acknowledge all the types of children that one can have, right? Like, all your seeds would be, yes, all the children would be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yo. Would be trained well in your field, and in fact, you wouldn't want anyone that wasn't an apprentice. right? Like if I'm hiring someone for something, or if I'm going to trust someone with some service or work, I want someone who's been an apprentice, whose family has been doing that work for generations, right?
Family.
The only time nepotism I feel like is a negative is when the family isn't doing the work of apprenticeship. Like if the children have been allowed to do, to goof off their entire lives and then just get handed the position, that's one thing. But a guy like Bronny, like it's not like Bronny was sitting in his basement playing Tetris for 18 years and then got drafted to the NBA. He's been in apprenticeship his entire life, basically. Steph Curry been in apprenticeship for playing basketball his entire life. So basketball has become Kobe Bryant. Basketball has become a family industry where like this is our trade. My children get trained in how to do this, and they're gonna be the best at it. And NBA organizations are gonna trust these family businesses. We offer as a family the business of basketball entertainment. I mean, that's what LeVar Ball was on. LeVar Ball literally said, "I'm raising this family of children to play basketball." Like that's what our industry is going to be. That's our family trade.
Hold on, we didn't agree to this being a topic because this is going to be a long topic. But all I'm gonna say, because we have other things to talk about, is you're the same guy that said that you missed Pharaoh. You're the same guy that said you missed that the NBA was viewed as a viable outlet for young black guys in the hood to make it out. This nepotism does not help the black community in the way that we act like it does.
That's only true if we open a really, really bigger conversation about the definition of a black family that I have no interest in doing today.
Okay.
Because all these young nepo babies that are being drafted that people have a problem with are black. And I stand on that. So we could. I don't care though because they're black.
Nah.
If we want to debate, I don't want to debate this. I don't want to debate this.
Yeah, no. That's a different conversation.
But I thought you cared specifically about how kids, like you just said, kids in the hood is like are being shut out now. Is that not what you're saying?
Listen,
I'm not trying to have a debate, but I just want a quick clarification. I thought that's what you said.
I do, but that's more of a conversation about these wealthy families that specialize in basketball sharing resources and not just focusing on their sons, right? So like if the Gilbert Arenases of the world, instead of just locking in on putting his son into apprenticeship, if he became a full-time trainer instead of a podcaster, how many kids from the hood would make it?
Good point.
And that speaks to the larger point about bringing trade back to the community, right? If basketball has become a black-dominated trade, the fact that it's getting localized, that wealth is a problem, is the fault of who?
That happens with every industry that black people are in, to be honest with you. But that's a different conversation.
Right. So that's why I stand where I stand, because whose fault is that? But that doesn't mean that the people that are coming in do not represent the black community. It's just being gatekept.
Representation.
It's just being gatekept. That's all.
Just representation, though.
Well, listen, Fast Breaks podcast. If the four of us are lucky to have children, we're going to bring it back.
Man, but we're not experts, man. I'm not a titan of industry, bro.
2K.
Oh no, my seeds. Listen.
Nah, I'm gonna be playing 2K with my kids, man.
Huh?
Hey man, I'm coming up. No, Andre can tell y'all I'm coming up a night at 2:30-15 games, bro.
What kind of games? Say that one more time.
30-15.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's actually a fact.
And Paul, I feel you got to tell Paul, because Paul played with me like right after when I played with you and Rook, and I had those 2 18-14 games in a row, and then I was and he didn't believe me.
That's crazy.
No, you got to be focused when you play 2K.
Since he hit 97, he's been moving different. He hit 99 last night, and he went
crazy.
And we still lost, which is disrespectful.
I was in half-court threes, bro.
Half court,
bro. Just and not even catch a shoot. Like I was walking up the court, and he was just not playing me, and I had my takeover, and I would stop and I would pull it, and it was green money.
The first time he did it,
and no one said anything. The party was silent. The party.
Nah, because we got tight. Because we dead were like, what is he on, bro? What are you doing?
No, because
no. Because you see what you started.
Someone hit a mid-range pull-up on me and then dunked on me and hit their celly.
Because you know what? Because
I told them, I said, "Yo, don't even like. This is between me and him now. Don't even just rebound."
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this is a good time to promo that we're live on Twitch.
Thank you for picking up what I was trying to put down. Thank you.
We here. Listen, we're live on Twitch.
Where can follow us at?
On Twitch, man.
What's the company?
Fast Breaks Podcast?
Yeah.
I set us up for the promo and I was not ready to promo.
Crazy.
We're live on Twitch. When we go live, we make the announcements on IG on our story.
You'll see what real basketball is.
Yeah, so follow us on IG.
Real basketball.
Not accidental basketball, all right? Real basketball with a plan and a purpose.
And we got a pro-am team, so
do we?
2K
mostly in the red.
Holding tryouts
pro-am team set up. The jerseys in the arena is.
We are holding tryouts for a consistent. You heard it here first, folks. We are holding tryouts.
That's tryouts. This is crazy.
This man is
crazy.
This is disrespectful. You know he watches the pod, right?
You are messing up the team chemistry.
This is crazy.
Said holding team trial. That's OD.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk. Speaking about basketball and teams, this is one of my weaker segues, but there's a new All-Star game format.
It's a weak All-Star game format.
I tried. What do we think about this trash?
I hate it. It's weak. Get it out of here.
Wait. Take that back.
Let's go over the format real quick.
Oh, the new format? Nah, garbage. Yeah. Dead garbage.
Let's go over.
Dead nasty work.
What is it?
I got you.
Bullshit.
I got you.
Sorry.
I got you.
Yo.
Calm down, brother. Lord have mercy.
My fault. I'm
sorry. Let's see. This is 2024. I need 2025.
Yeah, stop cursing so much. My fault, Fast Breaks family.
Yeah, brother. We got to monetize. What's going on?
Right.
They monetize cursing. Don't worry, we good. There's certain topics you can't talk about, but
hey,
that's a fact. All right, here we go. The N.b.a. and N.b.a. announced new format. It's the All-Stars will compete in a mini tournament of 4 teams in 3 games. 2 teams will meet in one semifinal, game 1, and the remaining 2 teams will meet in the other semifinal, game 2. The winning teams from game 1 and 2 will advance to face each other in the championship game 3. For each game, the winner will be the first team to reach or surpass 40 points. Each team will have 8 players and be named 4 at TNT N.b.a. analysts. The 24 selections will be divided evenly into the 3 teams, with the rosters drafted by the TNT Inside the N.b.a. commentators and honorary team general managers Charles, Shaq, and Kenny. 3 analysts will make their respective picks live on TNT in the All-Star Draft, which will be conducted on Tuesday, February 6th. The 4th team will be the winning team from the championship game of the Castrol Rising Stars.
What? Oh, okay.
What company is that?
Castrol Oil.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Castrol,
NBA getting oil money now. The NBA is getting oil money now.
Not the same kind of oil, brother. Not the same kind of oil.
The annual showcase of top first and second year NBA players and NBA G League standouts. NBA G League standouts.
Yep.
Castro is a
market culture now.
That's crazy.
Talking about, did they always have G League players in the Rising Stars?
No.
Or is this so that they could put Bronny in? Or is this so they could put? Is this so they could put Bronny in the All-Star game? This is so they can put Bronny in the so they can put Bronny in the All-Star game.
You see what's happening?
That's nasty.
Nepotism gone wild.
This is not my bias. This is me being unbiased. Nasty. They are 100% doing that so that Bronny could be at the All-Star game because he is going to be on that team and he's going to be in the All-Star game. They're gonna have that. They're gonna have that team play against whatever team LeBron is on. If LeBron's on team 2 or team 3, I guarantee you that first game they're playing against the Rising Stars.
That's a valid point because they had them in the Rising Stars game, but not in the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Right.
They found a way to sneak Bronny into.
What G League player was in the Rising Star game last year?
Mac McClung.
They had a
Oh,
whole
and they did that.
G
They
League
did that
team.
for him. They did that for him.
They had old G League team last year. Like yeah. It was,
I bet you he gonna be in a dunk contest again.
I think that G League team actually won the whole thing, didn't they?
Yes,
The
they did,
Rising
because
Stars.
they actually played hard.
They played hard, yeah. It wasn't playing, yeah.
Which is the whole problem. Look, man.
Yeah, what do we think about this tournament style?
This is trash.
Ice Cube might have some money owed to him, man.
Ice Cube, what you mean?
Hey,
yeah.
It's still 5-on-5 though. It's still 5-on-5.
It's not 3-on-3.
No, it's just a tournament style, but it's three teams of wait, what's 24 divided by 6? 3. 24 divided by 4 is what? 8?
6. The 6.
What?
24 divided by 4.
No, by 3. By 3.
By 3 is 8.
Yeah, so it's 8 persons.
Are you smarter than a 5th grader?
Crazy. Yeah, so it's gonna be 3 teams of 8 of all stars, and then the Rising Star team, starring Bronny James.
Starring Bronny James is wild.
Starring Bronny James.
Hey,
that's great.
I mean, realistically, who's a more popular first or second year player outside of Wemby?
Yeah, good point.
That's great.
That's a good point. That's it.
Rising Star this thing. Wemby might be an all-star, so that Rising Star team might be Bronny's team.
Oh, that's nasty.
See, here's the
thing. An American all-star. You see it?
Here's the thing, though. Right?
Who's team is it going to be? Dyson Daniels?
Oh, shit. I gotta stop. You keep saying
that's about the
curse.
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this is an indictment on the N.b.a.
Yes.
This is an indictment on the N.b.a. This is an indictment on the players.
Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that.
This is because I'm saying because I'm not talking about the N.b.a. It's the players, man. This is on the players.
Out of control.
This is on the
crazy.
and I'm.
Chet Holmgren is technically going to be in his second year.
He's not bigger than Bronny. Look,
Brandon Miller.
No one cares. He's also not bigger than Bronny.
He's not. I mean, he's nice, but I don't think his team is too bad. People not paying attention to him next year. Yeah. But
all the rookies this year, no one cares about any of them.
Exactly. The problem now is that they still might not play hard in this game.
They're not. Nothing's
and then
what? Get them to you.
I think it's harder to not play hard when the game is to 40 because like you gotta hurry up and win this game. You know, like with I get the idea behind it. With the whole game, that's 48 minutes for y'all to mess around and waste our time. But like if we're gonna say we're playing 3 games in this 2-hour time slot, like y'all gotta get to it, bro. Like win these first 2 games and get out of here. Like so with it being winners at 40, like the moment of like, ooh, we're about to lose comes quicker in the night and more frequently, right? Because like if it gets like 32, 34, the guys are gonna start playing hard. Because think about it, if you're an all-star, bro, and you lose that first game, your night is over.
But you know what happens though? You know, first of all, do they even care about playing? Who cares if their night is over? A lot of them got the quiet
sponsors do. I bet you Nike and Adidas are making calls saying you better win that first game. Don't have us put out a Christmas edition of your shoes for you to be on TV for 20 minutes.
They got no.
I mean, not with they sponsor multiple players. You know what I mean? Like they got one sponsor on the losing team, but they're gonna have 3 players.
Yeah, but not SIG guys. There's only maybe
the All-Star game. They're full of SIG guys.
But there's only like 20 SIG guys in the league.
That's what I'm saying. They're all right there in that spot, and they're all spread out amongst the teams. So it's like I don't even think
if you're Adidas, you have 2 SIG guys that are going to be all-stars this year. 2. Right? So you need at least one of them to make it to the finals. Nike, you got like I think 6. Who? You got Bron, KD. Paul George hasn't gotten a new model in years. Who else is a Nike SIG guy right now? Devin Booker, Ja. And that's it.
I thought Nike dropped Ja.
No, the Ja 2s came out this year.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Never. They would never drop it.
Never, yeah.
Never.
Listen, but see, this is what we forget.
I will say Sabrina is higher on their signature roster than Ja, though. She's higher than everybody. Almost like I would say she's competing with Braun as the highest selling signature shoe on that roster.
That's a fact. But here's the thing, though. We forget last year. See, what happens is when it gets close, they'll play hard for like a minute, but the team with the rhythm, usually they just can't be stopped.
So that's what I'm saying is the point, right? Like if we have that moment in 3 games, then at least we get to watch them in that mode 3 times in the night.
It's too late. It's too late, man. When these guys start to go take it seriously, you got a team that's hot already, and the lead just grows, and then within a minute they stop playing hard. So we're watching.
I wonder how quickly, if they don't play defense, will a team score 40?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how many threes is that? That's 13.
Or how many points is like what's the field goal count? Are they going by ones and twos?
It's a regular game. It's just game 40.
Oh, that's mad quick. Teams score 40 in a quarter these days when they're playing for real. So
that's 12 minutes. It's gonna take.
So I feel like
if it's all all-stars, 8 minutes.
I feel like if they're just not playing defense and just letting everybody score, that 40 going by so quick.
I'm telling you, it's an indictment on the first of all, right?
We need to bring
these guys.
I'm just saying, real enforcers, real all-stars who just want to smack people, real KG and Kobe types.
D-Wade types.
Need to put more young guys in the starting lineup, and that would change things.
Where are the YNs? Get the YNs into the league, man. All right.
Because then they're going to be trying to make a name for themselves. Right now, they're just getting little broed on the bench all game.
Some of these, listen. I hope you're right, but I don't know if I could say that that's true.
Can I say
a lot of these guys, when you look at them, it's like they know they're nice, and it's like they're too comfortable. A lot of them are. I get the vibe that they're very comfortable. Like if they get in the game, they might
because they're paid.
Like veterans.
Because like. I agree with you, Paul, because the thing about like the All-Star game, it has changed so much like culturally. And not even with us, like I think within the league, with like the players, it's changed so much culturally within them. Like I don't think they're gonna come in and be like, oh my God, I'm in the All-Star game. Is they looking at it like I think they want to be named an All-Star, but they know like to be named an All-Star, it's about what you do in the season. So that's how they make their names. But by the time they get to the All-Star game itself, it's like there's mad parties, there's mad conferences, there's mad stuff going on that week. It's just a big week off for like N.b.a. players. You know what I mean? Like I don't think they culturally. It's going to take a major shift in the mindset for them to come out and like try hard in the All-Star game. I think the days of that is kind of over. Low key.
Listen. Sometimes it's not about the organization or the company making a change. Sometimes it's about the culture. It's the people. Just like how LeBron,
it's the people.
Sometimes it's the people. Look, LeBron was powerful enough as a young player to completely change the dunk contest for the worse as one player. So that just shows you how the culture.
Hold on, because when you're saying one player, right? This isn't just one guy. Like Brandon Miller can't come up as one player and change the culture. Like LeBron James is LeBron James. It's the context of who that player is.
No, I agree, but I'm saying that's the point. Like if one player could change the culture like that and influence so many other players, then it's a big deal. I'm trying to show you like the people have control over things sometimes too. Right, like we could incentivize all day. The NBA could incentivize all day. If the players don't want to entertain, then it's a wrap. We're this close to the N.b.a. All-Star Weekend being a wrap.
No.
We're there. Watch.
Because the players still want it. The players still want the weekend. They want the parties. They want the festivities. It's literally just the game that's the problem.
They'll get the week off. They'll get the All-Star, just like how you have the.
No, they won't. No, they won't. No, they won't. If that All-Star weekend goes away, I guarantee you they're not giving these players no break.
Yeah, no, they'll give it to them. The
NBA
is gonna fight
because it's not a break. Part of their salary comes from their All-Star game performance, right? Because the NBA is making money that weekend, so you're working.
But if the
right?
NBA isn't making as much money, because remember ratings overall are going down.
Then we're not just giving our employees time off. You're going to be working.
The NBA pay is going to fight for that.
Tough. You're going to lose that one.
I don't know.
You're going to lose that one. You just want a week off in the middle of the season for nothing.
I don't think the All-Star weekend is just going to completely go away because everything Pharaoh's saying. But like I do think it's gonna, like to your point, Paul. I think it's because it's about to become like damn near meaningless. It's about to be like the Pro Bowl game. You know what I mean? Like
the NBA Cup. They might move the NBA Cup to All-Star weekend.
Yeah. That
would be better.
That's a good point.
That would be sad though, because that's an indictment.
I mean, but why isn't it? It's so easy. We see the incentive of that working, where dudes is getting money. Why don't they? I know that the All-Star used to be played for money for the charity, which is a better PR thing. But like, put some money in these dudes' pockets or something. Like, clearly that works. Clearly, because they playing hard as hell in the NBA Cup.
Are they though? Are they really playing harder than any regular season game?
Honest,
hell yeah! Do you watch the Cup games?
The Cup games they go harder than the regular.
I felt that way
because they want the bottom of their roster to get that money. That money is like 5 times like the 13th guy's salary. So all these guys play hard as hell.
And they all get $500,000. That's what happens. And also, it's love of the game and love for your fellow team. Listen, man.
To your point, I'm sorry, but to your point, like it's kind of hard to just throw money at them because now that you said that, because these are all-stars. These are already the guys who are making mad money. Like the $500K. All right, then
do what the MLB does, man, and put home court in the finals on it. I don't know why everyone's resisted that for so long. It works in the MLB. It works in the MLB. The home run derby is as great as it's ever been, and the MLB All-Star game, the guys go hard because it means something.
Do they get something for the derby too? What do they get for the derby?
No, but like if you're already showing up to play hard, like I might as well. You know what I mean? Like I might as well, if I'm a big hitter and I'm playing for real on Sunday or whatever, I might as well show up and do the derby on Saturday.
That's a fact. Listen, and that used to be a thing, right? Coming up, when you did well in the All-Star game, you have your All-Star MVP trophy. Nobody cares about that, right? It used to mean something because guys were going out there and going hard. But now it's lost its meaning. So, yeah, you do have to incentivize. It has to mean something. You got to get something out of it. Cash isn't enough. I don't know if the home court advantage in the finals is going to be enough because I don't know how many of these guys are really going to get to the finals. True.
I believe it, bro.
Yeah, but of the All-Stars, think about it. There's at least 10 All-Stars that'll be maybe 12 to 15 All-Stars that'll be from the top 3 teams in each conference. No, who all will think they
10 to 12
of the 24 All-Stars. You don't think 10 to 12 come from the top 3 teams in each conference?
No,
we could do it right now.
Do it, please.
Okay, right now, top 3 seeds in the East. Cavs. How many All-Stars do you think they get this year?
1.
2. They're getting 2. They're getting
Darius
2.
Garland is ass. 1.
That's not
true.
Whoa, that's not true.
Ass.
That's a crazy statement. That's a crazy statement.
That's the hottest take you probably made this season.
He's averaging 20. He's averaging 20 and 6. He's averaging 20 and 6.
Straight up whack.
Average. I'm not gonna lie. 20 and 6 is not crazy to me.
He's almost as nice as Donovan Mitchell. What are you talking about, bro?
This guy's crazy.
He's all right. He's all right. I see him on Hoop Hate every other night, man.
Donovan Mitchell is averaging 24, 5, and 5. All
right. That's 4. That's 2 then. I don't know what to tell you. No.
So they're getting 2.
They get
also,
2.
They have the best record in the East. They're getting 2 All-Stars. Right? Fine. Okay. The Celtics might get 4.
No, not this year.
4 is crazy.
Not this year. Not this year.
Unless Derek White. Derek White might make All-Stars.
3 max.
Listen to what we're saying. 3 max. Like
that's crazy. That's
no, I can guarantee 2, so I'm giving them 2. You got 2.
Okay, so that's 4 already. Just the top 2 teams in the East. Now the Knicks, I argue they're getting 2 for sure.
2, yeah.
So that's what.
Unless they continue to hate on us.
They won't. So that's what. That's 6. That's 6 All-Stars already from the top 3 teams in the East, right?
You actually might be right.
Okay.
10 to 12.
Hold on, let's see.
All right, well, let's see. So
no. I take it back because then we go Thunder, right? They'll get 2.
You're getting 1. Oh no.
Getting 1.
Who's getting? Who else is getting an All-Star?
Chillem's might.
Hell no.
He's not gonna be back.
He's not. I don't think he's getting it, but
even if Chet comes back, he missed time already. Like
yeah, Chet's not getting it.
So what?
Yeah.
So this is gonna be one.
Memphis.
Well, I don't know. Jalen Williams is averaging 22, 6, and 5. Jalen Williams is averaging 22, 6, and 5. So Darius Garland gets it. He might could.
But what is SGA averaging?
It depends on like who else in the West gets it. You know what I mean? It's totally determined on like.
It's true.
Memphis is getting 0.
2.
0. You don't think Ja?
You get Ja.
You're getting 2.
2.
JJJ is an all-star. What are y'all talking about?
No, not this year.
What?
Too much competition.
What's his numbers this year?
Too much competition.
Yo,
I mean, he missed some time though, so he may not get it. He's been playing.
He's averaging 22, 6, 2 assists.
He's a big man averaging 6 rebounds. I don't care about that.
He's a power forward, though.
Man, get 8 at least.
Damn. He's averaging 2 blocks.
Yo,
that's actually respectable. All right, you get 2.
But he missed time, so I don't know if he's gonna get it. I don't know how much time.
He's debatable. I'll give you debatable. So I got 1 from the Thunder, 1 from the Grizzlies.
So we're at 8 altogether.
We're at 8. Houston
0.
I think it's Jalen Green's time.
You think so?
I think it's his time.
Yeah.
If they stay a high seed,
actually, I don't know, man. He's averaging 20.
20 is not crazy. Like y'all
yeah, but here's all the West is different. I think the teams that are the top 3 in the West right now don't actually all think they're gonna win. Like, I don't think Houston thinks they have a chance to win the championship.
I think the Thunder think they have a chance.
Yeah, I think that the teams that really think they have a chance to win the championship this year is Oklahoma, Dallas, who's going to get 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts us at 3 in the West. I'll put Memphis in there.
Dallas is in the top 3.
I know, but I was saying top 3 to say I think the All-Stars that are coming, I think 10 to 12 All-Stars all think they have a chance to win, because they're on a team. Now, in the East, that's the top 3 teams. In the West, it's not the top 3. But if you look at the teams that I think they have a chance to win, that's where most of the All-Stars are going to come from. Oklahoma, you get 1. Memphis, you get 1, which puts us at 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dallas has 2. That puts us at 10. And then I think even though the Lakers are out of the play-in because they're the Lakers, LeBron and AD are going to try to play thinking they could get some home court shit. And so that's 12.
Definitely be.
And so that's 12.
But you just expanded your terms. We're talking about the
no. Listen to what I just said. I said top 3. I'm saying half of the All-Stars are on teams where those guys think they have a chance to win and would care about home court. In the East, that is the top 3. In the West, it's a little different because of the way the West works. The current top 3 seeds, one of those teams I don't think thinks they're going to win. I think there are 2 teams that are outside the top 3 that thinks they have a chance to win, and that would be the Mavericks and the Lakers. I mean, the Nuggets probably think the same too, and they're going to have 1. So yeah, there's 12 to 13 All-Stars that are on teams where they think they have a chance to win.
All right.
That's half of the pool. There's, the other half are coming from, Minnesota. I know they don't think they have any chance. Phoenix probably thinks they have a chance. But again, that's why the West is weird, because everyone in the West thinks they have a chance because they're separated by 2 games.
Mm-hmm.
1 through 9. Well, not 1, but 2 through 10 are all separated by a total of 4 games. So most of the West All-Stars are going to be invested, and then the top 3 guys in the East, which represents 6 All-Stars, are going to be invested. So I think home court would work. I mean, Giannis is going to be invested even though he's in the 5th seed. So that's Giannis and Dame. That's 2 more. That gets you to 15.
I don't know if Dame makes it.
Nah, because he's averaging crazy assists this year. Not crazy, but for him, he's averaging 8.
Oh yeah, that is crazy.
I think that's part of why they're winning. He's averaging 25, 5, and 8.
Oh, he's going crazy.
Stop chucking.
That's what I'm saying. So he's making it, and they won the cup. He's making it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. 15 of the 24 All-Stars think they have something going on this year.
I mean, that's always been the case,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's
what I'm saying. That's why I didn't think it was that crazy of a take.
No, because you made it seem like most of them are going to come from the top 3 in each conference. That's what I thought.
I was just using that as a framework of think they're going to win, but the standings show that it's not actually the top 3. But the players that think they're going to win are at the All-Star game.
Well, I think that just speaks to the parity in the league, though, because back in the 2010s, I don't know if that was the case.
No, because they used to say that winning mattered more for making an All-Star game back in the day. There used to be guys that would make it that you would like, yo, he's not even that nice, but their team was winning. The whole Atlanta Hawks starting roster made the All-Star game before.
But they did not believe they would win.
Who did?
The Hawks didn't think they could win.
Clear your mind.
You think the Hawks thought?
I didn't say I thought they would win. You think the Hawks didn't think they had a chance?
Jeff Teague, as real as he is, knew there was no chance.
Jeff Teague is
Jeff Teague's a hater. I don't want to hear.
I love Jeff Teague, bro. He keeps it so real.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you don't ask Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, Al Horford, Joe Johnson.
Kyle Korver had no control over that. He was waiting on the ball. Paul Millsap probably did.
But we're talking about winning. I think if you had asked Joe Johnson, Paul Millsap, Al Horford, and Kyle Korver, they would say, yeah, we got something going on here. And then Jeff Teague would be in the locker room like, man, y'all boys crazy. That's Braun over there.
He would have said, yeah, all right.
Teague is hilarious, bro.
And that's why they didn't win. That's why they didn't win. Their point guard was whoa, hold on.
Jeff Teague was nice.
He wasn't better than Joe Johnson or Josh Smith.
For 1 year, he was. That 1 year?
No, he was not.
That
was their worst year. That was their worst year. That was their worst year. The year he was
that
the best
year
player
where they made where they had 4 All-Stars. 2015.
Let me see this. Because the best version of the Hawks, I think, was the Josh Smith one.
Josh Smith, Joe Johnson, Al Horford, Jamal Crawford.
I know, but that team was crazy.
That team was insane.
I agree.
Okay, the year the starting 5 made the, oh my God, this was the worst version of them, and they all made the All-Star. It was the year. It was Jeff Teague, Paul Millsap, Al Horford, DeMarre Carroll, Kyle Korver. All 5 of those players made All-Star.
Nah, I think DeMarre Carroll didn't. It was 4 out of 5, but yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was they were all 5 named Player of the Month in January that year. That was crazy.
That was
what? I don't remember that. Come on, N.b.a. What we doing? I don't remember that. That is nuts.
I'm not gonna.
What?
That was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Man. That's why Braun was so tight when he went up against them. He really was like, "I hate y'all. I hate."
At that point, what were you doing? Like what?
I hate everything.
How many games they won? Like 62.
All right, that year, Al Horford, Jeff Teague, Kyle Korver, and Paul Millsap made it. Yeah. No, Jeff Teague wasn't better than Al Horford or Paul Millsap. You bugged out.
He was not.
That year, yeah.
One year.
Okay. He was never better than Al Horford on the Atlanta Hawks. You're bugged out.
No, that's not true.
Not once.
That's not never true. Once.
Not once, bro. Not once. All right, now I gotta pull up the 2015 Atlanta Hawks stats, and then we're getting off this.
Jeff Teague was. I remember they were going to Jeff Teague to win games.
That doesn't make you the best player. That doesn't make you the best player.
Yeah, but it's not like he didn't have the ball. You don't
ever. There's never been a time in history past 1987 where you go to the big man to end the game.
No, but they didn't go to Joe Johnson either.
Joe Johnson wasn't on that team, the 2015 team.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Paul Millsap wasn't really a big man. Like he was big, but he handled the ball though. No, he handled the ball.
What is this guy talking about?
He handled the ball though.
He may not be
Paul Millsap have a play style where you're going to him to end the game.
Yes. No, yeah, he does.
I do remember him playing more like a guard. Like a wing.
Like a wing.
You're not.
He had a versatile game.
You're not going to Paul Millsap to end a basketball game.
They only didn't do that because of Jeff Teague.
They believed in Jeff Teague. Please stop it.
They tried to make Jeff Teague the guy on that. You forgot that? I'm the only one that forgot that.
No, I'm saying
him on this podcast, and they're like, "Oh, this guy was just he was just a role player." Because he talked like he was just a role player. He was not.
Bro, that 2015 time was the only time he ever made an All-Star. Al Horford was a multiple-time All-Star. So stop it. I
said for that 1 year.
Paul Millsap averaged more points, more rebounds.
Nah, Paul Millsap made All-Star a couple times. It was like 4 times.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He was never the best player in the team. Stop it.
Word.
They treated him like he was at one point. I remember that. I remember Jeff Teague.
He was the point guard. It was the era of point guards. Just because his usage percentage was high and he was gone to end games does not make him the best player on the team. Again,
well, okay. I agree with that. I never said that I believed he was. They treated him like he was the guy on that team.
Okay, but he wasn't. So your point is moot. Just
No,
because they
it's not.
treated.
No, it's not. They treated him like he was the guy.
Go back.
We're going on a tangent. We're going on a tangent. It has nothing to do with what we're talking about. It has nothing to do with.
Who did you just say they treated like the guy on that team?
Jeff Teague.
Okay, I thought you were saying Paul Millsap.
Paul Millsap was the best or second best player on that team most
Second
years.
best. Al Horford was the best player on that team.
I agree. Al Horford was the best player on that team.
And he also was the go-to guy. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He was not the go-to guy.
Yes, he was.
First of all, they didn't really have a go-to guy on that team.
That's why they all made off.
Yeah, like,
and that's why they all got named player of the month. That's crazy.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good
anyway,
point.
final thoughts on the All-Star game before we
bro.
get out of here. Final thoughts on the All-Star game before we get out of here. We
After the All-Star
trash out of here, man.
So y'all don't think home court advantage would work?
I didn't say that.
I don't know. That alters the game too.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What does it alter?
Because it alters like it has too. How do I say? It has like too much of a real like.
That's what we want. Like that's what we want. Isn't that what we want? We want them to care.
They need to do that. They need to do that in years past. And like imagine you the Rockets. You have no you have no All-Stars, and you make the finals. Like this is because things could happen. Yeah, you make the finals against the Knicks. We have a better record then, but because the East won, the Knicks have like home court advantage. That's kind of crazy.
Okay, but here's the thing: if you make it to the finals with no All-Stars, has that ever happened?
Yeah, I'm sure it has. I'm trying to think.
I would.
The Pistons, maybe Pistons.
Yeah.
In 2004?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think.
They had All-Stars, bro.
I was trying to think.
They were the other team where damn near their whole starting lineup made the All-Star game.
They didn't have an all N.b.a. player or something like that.
Yes, but they had multiple All-Stars. Rasheed Wallace, Chauncey Billups,
Rip Hamilton. All right.
Come on,
in any event, like a lower team could, like a lower seed could make like.
No, they couldn't. It never happens. It never happens.
It has happened in the past.
Okay, ready? Ben Wallace was an All-Star in 2004. Boom. They had an All-Star.
But here's the thing, though.
It's not inconceivable.
You don't have to go to lower seeds, though.
Whether it's conceivable or not, it's never happened. I cannot recall a singular team that has ever made it to the finals without an All-Star.
But to stay on point, though, you don't have to go to lower seeds. Imagine the Mavericks had a home court over the Celtics last year. That wouldn't be fair.
Why not, bro? Jason Tatum, cook.
No.
But guys, what you're saying is the opposite of what you want in the All-Star game. You want guys to play hard. What would be greater incentive than Jason Tatum leading the East over the West than saying, I can't let Luka get home court?
At what cost, though?
What do you mean at what cost?
That's a fact.
Forget the first seed. What's the point?
Y'all are talking about wanting the game to be good, and now you're saying like you don't want them to have real
at the expense of the regular season.
Yeah.
What expense? First of all, why do you care? Why do you care? Why do you care?
What is that?
Let's work backwards. Why do you care who gets home court advantage? And why are you so invested that it's the team that has the best record?
Because first of all, it incentivizes people to go for the first seed in the regular season. Number one, number two, home court advantage does matter. Otherwise, you wouldn't.
But you're still gonna get it. You're still gonna get it in your play. That's the thing. Like
the finals, though.
No, but think about it. You're never actually playing for home court in the final. There's only maybe 2 teams ever that think they're gonna have a chance for the best overall record. You're just trying to get top seed in your conference to get home court in your conference.
I disagree with that.
It's true. Because most of the times you can't even catch the team that's number 1 overall.
If you're nice enough to get to the finals, you're nice.
Think about last year with the Celtics. Was anyone ever getting close to the first seed overall?
No,
but it wasn't even a conversation. So
right, but there are a lot of seasons where it is a conversation. We just forget that because the Celtics they ran away from everybody last year.
When's the last time it was close?
I gotta go back and look, but who was the number 1 seed in 2022? No, I mean 2023.
Well, that's the thing. The number 1 seed doesn't even always make it to the finals, so that should be moot anyway.
But what I'm saying is think about that. It's more often that happens than what y'all are worried about. It's more often that the team that has the best record overall doesn't get to the finals anyway. So why are we so preoccupied with preserving their right to home court? They might not even make it. Imagine you are. Imagine
the Hawks,
get
15.
There.
The Hawks were the number 1 seed. They didn't get past the damn first round.
Yeah, but they were one of the wackest number 1 seeds ever. That's the difference.
Yeah,
but
this is my point. Like, it don't like I'd
that
rather.
If you're nice enough to win, if you're nice enough to get the number 1 seed, you're thinking most of the time, I'm nice. My team is nice enough to. My team is nice enough to win the chip.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree with you. I just think having that big of a consequence for an All-Star game that I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say for All-Star game that doesn't matter, but like for a game that has no other real world bearings, I just don't think would make sense to me.
Yo, so 2022, the number 1 seed was the Heat.
The Heat,
the number 1 seed.
Yep. Oh, sorry. That was the East. Let me see overall. They were 53-29 in the West. Sorry, the number 1 overall seed was the Suns.
In 2023?
You said 22.
Oh, we have 22. So that was that's the Chris Paul and okay. So that team felt like they could win a chip. They got to the chip the year before, right?
Yeah.
Or was it that year?
That was the year they went to the finals.
Right. So you're telling me if they had home court advantage, that wouldn't be a big deal?
What do you mean?
You said that's
what are you asking me? What's the question?
Wait a second. 2022?
Yes.
They played the Bucks in the finals.
They played the Bucks in the finals.
No, that was the 21?
Maybe it was 21. Who won?
That was 21. 22, they lost.
22, the Warriors won.
Right.
Oh, yes.
So that first seed didn't matter. They didn't even get there.
You think you remember how they lost though?
But stay on point. No, but let's stay on point because I want to stay on point to get to closing. My point is that a lot of times, the team with the best overall record doesn't even get to the finals. So wouldn't it be better to have the two conferences fight for home court so that whoever comes out of the conference, we already as a unit fought for this home court right? To say, no, we got to give respect for the Phoenix Suns winning 64 games and they should get home court in the finals, and then they don't even make it. Like say the West won home court that year, right? You don't think the Warriors would have appreciated having home court against the Celtics? And imagine if that was what was on the line. That All-Star game would have been fire. Because you would have had Devin Booker, Chris Paul, Ja Morant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Luka Doncic, all trying to get home court advantage over Jimmy Butler, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Embiid. Like,
listen, everybody knows that would absolutely make the All-Star game elite.
What's the problem then?
The problem is if you are a nice team, you're upset if you get to the finals, if you're the number 1 seed and you don't get it. And it's not even about the number 1, it's about the higher seed. It's about the higher seed. It's not even the number 1 seed.
But why do you have sympathy for that when you're but why do you have sympathy for that when your opportunity to get it is at an all-star game? So you're a Steph Curry, you're a Devin Booker. Let's use the Suns from that example. You're a Devin Booker. You're on pace to win 64 games and have the number 1 overall.
Yeah.
And you feel bad that he lost home court advantage when he had Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell, Nikola Jokic, and Anthony Edwards on his team to win it.
I think,
and you feel like it was unfair when he had the entire West All-Stars on a team to go win it.
Okay, you remember the last? I don't know if you know because you're not a Knicks fan, but you remember the last game of the year last year, the regular season for the Knicks.
Yes.
It went to OT. It was intense. It felt like a playoff game against the Bulls.
But that still has ramifications because of conference, bro.
No, but we're trying to get the highest seed that we could possibly. Because of that game, we got number 2.
Conference. That doesn't go away. That doesn't go away.
But hold on. What I just said was, it's not just the number 1 seed; it's the higher seed. So if the number 2 seed in each conference gets to the finals, the team with the highest amount of wins gets home court advantage.
I get it, bro. But what I'm saying is,
I'm saying no.
The regular season incentive that you're worrying about is still there because your seeding would still matter in your conference.
It doesn't matter that much overall, though.
You think it matters more about finals home court than home court in your conference?
I'm saying if you're if
seven of these teams aren't getting to the finals.
If you're an elite team, you're thinking, okay, when we get to the finals, they're thinking that does play a part.
I think the incentive as a conference collectively to win home court is way higher than the disadvantage given to any particular team in either conference that thinks that they're going to have the best record overall at the end of the season, because only one of them is going to. Whereas if we're a collective as a conference, we know that we're going to battle out for seeding in our conference anyway with regular season, but like we want to give any one of us the chance to have home court. That's 4 to 5 teams worth of All-Star. Remember I was just saying, like, guys who have a chance of winning are all at the All-Star game?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you want there to be maybe 1 to 2 teams in the league that are fighting for home court in the finals during the regular season, like only 2 teams that actually think they have a chance, because that's the case. There's only ever 1 to 2 teams that ever have a shot to be number 1 overall versus all of the All-Stars fighting for potentially that, right? You want to give respect to the 1 to 2 teams that are going to try to win 65 to 70 games versus the whole conference?
This is what I'll say. We all know that would make the All-Star game elite. We could see that happening because this N.b.a. is like Adam Silver is changing up a lot of things right now. He's not afraid to go against tradition, clearly, with this All-Star game format. So I could see that happening because I still think they're not going to play hard this year. So,
Alan, final points on the format and also my idea for home court, and then I'll go to Andre and we'll close out.
Yeah, this format's trash. I don't think this changes anything. I think there just needs to be a cultural mindset that can serve the players, and I think it has to be a new generation to change that.
It's never gonna happen, man.
It might. I mean, the old players in the past did it, so it just needs to be.
Yeah, but they had different circumstances, man. Like there was big money to be made at All-Star.
Fair enough. Let them hold us point. We gotta get going.
I know. I'm just reacting. I'm not going back and forth. I'm just reacting.
And like to your point about the home court advantage, like I agree more so with Paul, and 2, I just think like winning should be the determining factor of home court advantage. Like I understand what you're saying, and on top of everything, when I really think about it, I'm not even sure if that will incentivize the players at this point, because not everybody who makes the All-Star team has like championship aspirations too. When I think about it. So we
just broke it down and said that half to 2/3 of the All-Stars have championship aspirations.
At least this year, yeah.
That's not that much. That's not even half to 2/3. That's not half to 2/3. And we actually like stretch. We
did 12 to 15 players out of 24.
We had to even stretch to get to that. And I could argue some of those players don't even believe they have championship aspirations. And I don't know. Like if Wemby makes All-Star team this year, you think he's thinking?
No, because he's in the bottom of the 24. He's not in the. He's not. Yeah, but he's not. There's 15 more other guys other than him that do.
But not all 15 guys. I'm saying is championship level.
No, but there's 24 All-Stars. I'm saying 15 out of the 24 are gonna think they do.
And that's if all those players we named make the All-Star team. Not all of them are going to be making the All-Star team. We had to like stretch that out. You know what I mean? Like James Harden could make the All-Star team over the guy we named, and he's not winning the championship. So, like,
you don't think he thinks they have a shot though, as a 4th seed in the West? You don't think he thinks he has a shot? It's not about whether they do or not, yo.
We're talking about his back, by the way.
We're talking about incentive for them, not whether they actually do or not. Do you think there are at least 12 to 15 guys who think they might have a chance?
I think there's realistically 6 guys in this league that actually think they got a shot. Like a real.
Oh, you don't understand how delusional N.b.a. guys are.
I don't think it's 6. But like
6 guys,
but 15 on each side.
Tyronn Lue definitely got the Clippers thinking they could win the chip. Tyronn Lue's definitely looking.
I just heard Tyronn Lue saying their goal is the Western Conference Finals. I just saw Tyronn Lue say that.
What does that mean then? What does that mean?
He said that's a good season for us. That's a successful season for us. If we make the conference finals, I just heard Tyronn Lue say
that. Doesn't mean he doesn't think that they could win the chip.
I know he thinks they could win the chip, but I'm just saying, like, not everybody thinks like we're gonna win this. You know what I mean? Like it's not as given as
I'm saying how many players think they have a shot enough to say I want to secure home
this year with the parity a lot.
A lot of guys.
6 guys that realistically are like, I got it.
Who are they?
Yeah, wait, because we just walked through and named 12 guys.
Are you gonna name 4 Celtics players?
Name 12 guys that are on teams that have a shot at getting that.
It's not about actually having it. It's about whether they think they do or not.
I'm talking about 6 guys that realistically can believe that.
But that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. But that doesn't matter.
Why does it not matter?
Because we're talking about
reality's gonna hit you.
No, but Dre, we're talking about at the All-Star game incentive. How many guys would think they have a shot enough to care about playing for home court? You're telling me only 6 guys by All-Star break would care enough about home court? Name the 6 guys. I'm gonna tell you exactly who you're missing.
Jason Tatum, Giannis.
So not his teammate?
No.
Who's also gonna be an All-Star?
You can name them both, and I'll take up 2.
Well, representatives.
No, because we're talking about people in the game that are going to care.
Well, if Jason Tatum feels that way, then it doesn't even matter if Jaylen Brown, because he's going to see Jason Tatum go hard and then go hard with him.
That's also a very good point. I didn't even go there. But that's also a very good point.
I agree with you.
Jason Tatum's going to be going hard, and the rest of the East is going to be chilling.
I don't like it, but I do see the value. But go ahead, Andre.
Yeah,
no, that's. You can name, if we're going to name their teammates, all right, so then 12. You can say 12, but it's not the same 12 that we named before.
Wait, name the 6 you were
name your player. Yes, get your take off.
All right, cool. Jalen Brunson, Giannis, Tatum, thank you. Ant, even though we didn't name him. Ant for sure.
That's who you went to?
That's crazy. You're saying we have less players than I'm saying, and then you're naming a guy who literally every day says we suck. Every day in the media, he's saying we suck.
He said, I'm gonna keep my thoughts to myself.
He's gonna show
He said, quote, we have nothing on offense.
Go ahead.
Bron, of course.
LeBron.
I think so, because I think LeBron and AD always have a chance.
And then Shai.
His name is Shai.
Because he's not Shai.
But you don't think Luka?
That's ridiculous. You don't think Luka thinks he has a chance? Are you kidding?
Or maybe Luka 7.
It's not. You got to.
And then, bro, you can't tell me their teammates don't have the same thought. You can't tell me Kyrie doesn't think the same.
I don't know what Kyrie be thinking.
You can't tell me Jaylen Brown doesn't think the same thing. You can't tell me Kat doesn't think the same thing. And right there, I just taken you to 11.
That's a fact. That's fine. I was thinking representative. Also, I'm not gonna front.
I think
but we're talking about players in the game. There's going to be 11 guys who are in the game who care about home court.
I think Devin Booker or KD. One of them.
They both think it. I promise you, they both think it.
I don't know about KD.
I don't know what KD be thinking. I'm not gonna.
KD joined the Warriors. You can forget that.
Devin Booker definitely thinks though. Devin Booker
for sure. All right. So I'm not. I'm bugging. 6 is too much. It's too little.
Oh yeah, we're not talking about actually having a chance. I think there's only 4 guys that actually have a shot, but there's at least 14 that think they do.
I think it's about 5 that have a shot. 5 teams.
Okay, if we're counting teammates, yes, there's about 5.
No. I'm saying teams. I think there's about 5 teams that have a shot to win.
6.
Name them, because that's what we're gonna lead with when we come back from Christmas.
Teams.
Name them.
The New York Knicks.
Sure.
The Celtics.
Yes.
I think I gotta put the Mavericks there.
Yes.
I gotta put the Thunder there. They're better than last year.
If Chet gets back in time, yes. How many is that? That's 4? That's 4?
That's 4.
Yeah.
And
that's it, bro.
Nah, it's not it. I'm forgetting somebody.
That's it, bro. Really have a shot? That's it, bro. The Cavs don't have a shot. I'm sorry.
I'm forgetting somebody in the West. What am I forgetting?
The Bucks don't have a shot. The Timberwolves don't have a shot. The Nuggets don't have a shot. The Rockets don't have a shot. Memphis doesn't have a shot. The Lakers don't have a shot. The Clippers don't have a shot. The Warriors don't have a shot.
What's their record right now?
Who?
The Warriors. They fell off that much?
They're 14-12 and they're in the 10th seed.
Yeah.
They're almost they're half a game out of the playoffs. They're half a game out of the play-in. But also, I mean, the way the West works, they're also half a game out of the 6th seed. So, it's.
I got to see what the Bucks are going to do. Tying it back to the beginning of the podcast.
Fair enough. All right, cool. All right, good pod, y'all. We'll come back after the Christmas game and talk about reaction to those games. You all need to watch all the games. We need to be a game reacting podcast at least once. At least once in this.
Game reacting podcast. We've gone live during games.
Just only Knick games don't count. This is not a Knick podcast.
This is a Knick podcast. Listen,
I've been listening. This is not a Knick podcast.
Not a Lakers podcast either.
This is.
Yeah, it's a fact.
I agree. I agree. It's an NBA podcast. It's damn sure ain't a Nets podcast.
Chill out.
Put that in the promo.
That's the title. That's the title. That's the title of this episode. This episode is "This is not a Nets podcast."
Out of this.
Out of here.
Leave alone, man.
Hey, this is not a Nets podcast.
Shout out Jason Kidd.
Out of here. Shout out
Darren Williams.
Jason Kidd, man.
Chris Humphries.
For real, I've been listening back, and it's been heavy on narrative talk and Knicks takes, which I like. But we need to do some game breakdowns. We need to get back to a little bit of that. We need to watch. I know no one's watching NBA out there, so we have to be the ones to convince them. We need to watch these games. We need to watch these games and tell them about the good basketball that's happening.
I'm starting to listen to us. Give us that back. We're trying to secure and get the ratings up.
I'm starting not to believe it. Like, I think the ratings are down, but I don't think it's not because people are watching. But
that's exactly what I want. I want us to watch the Christmas games, to be able to come down and give breakdown of the Christmas games, and then look at the viewership number of the Christmas games, and then we can literally say, did people miss out? Like,
we gotta look at the NFL numbers too.
Yeah, but I want to literally
because Christmas they're playing Christmas.
I know, but I want to literally do that. I want to literally say, okay, what were the viewership for Christmas games? And if it's low, I want us to be able to analyze, were the fans missing out? Did we watch quality basketball on Christmas? Because I feel like the NBA will pick us up. Like, hey, we watched these Christmas games. Y'all not watching? Here's what you missed. There's good basketball being played. Or we can come and say, hey, we know exactly why no one watched these games, because these games were terrible. We've been doing a lot of hypothetical talk about the quality of the product. I want us to lock in on these Christmas games and really come down and give a breakdown of the quality of the product, and then compare it to the NFL numbers and the NBA viewership numbers.
I'll say this.
That is our task.
I'll say this. If Wemby shoots 10 threes,
he's hitting them. He's hitting them things.
I don't care. If he shoots 10 threes on Christmas,
you sound like such an
that's
old
bad
buddy.
basketball.
Greg Popovich himself has said that Wemby is not a big, bro. We did the same. Yo, you sound like those guys that like, oh no, I want to say this to you after the last part too. You sound like the guys at the beginning of Kevin Durant's career. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like.
I'm gonna come back.
He needs to gain more weight. He needs to get in the post. Man, that man has a handle, a bag, and a jumper. Leave him alone. It doesn't matter how tall he is. Leave him alone.
Next Saturday is gonna. Hey, tune in. To everybody tune in next Saturday. It's gonna be crazy.
All right, man. That is all for this installation of Fast Breaks. We out. Peace. Light it up.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah and Happy Kwanzaa and all that.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Early happy
holidays.
Deuce. Fast breaks, yeah, we coming with the takes. Never early, never late, but we always push the pace, yeah. And we really study tape, y'all just view the highlights. Man, we really watching games, yeah. You just watch from the stands. We run 3-man weeks, Paul, Dre, and Allen, yeah. Way more than a fan. We got love for the game. We don't have to pretend. Got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. I'm the run the fast break. Throw me the outlet. Yeah, we got it out the mud like you get it off the glass. Time to run the fast break. Throw me the outlet.